So what we're going to do is put this into use. How do we use the tangent ratio to solve something in a triangle? So basically the previous videos you need to have watched, how to use algebra and the trig and tangent ratio. You should know how to type in tan into your calculator and solve the equations. Okay, so how do we put all this together to actually solve the problem? So the key thing is we've got 3 steps. Label the sides. Always label the sides first. You'll try to skip this step, you'll try and do it in your head, but take the extra 10 seconds. Label it before you start. Use the formula, and so we've only got one formula, the tangent ratio right now, and solve using algebra. So this question here, we've measured this side of the triangle. We've measured the angle 25 degrees, and we're asked to find P, the distance along the bottom. So step 1, label. So opposite is always across from the chosen angle. Adjacent is down here. And you'll notice that we need to find P, and we have opposite, 14 centimeters. So we're going to write down our formula. The X is the unknown angle. So in this case, we know it's 25 degrees. Opposite is 14. And P is the unknown. As we shown in the previous videos, do the switch. We are moving from the bottom to the top. Never switch the top ones. And you should get that. If we plug this into our calculator, plug it in directly if you have a 2-line. Do the bottom first if you have a single line. You should get 30.0 centimeters. Keep one decimal place. If you calculated this with a single line calculator, you might get something a little bit higher, a little bit lower, 29.9 or 30.1, but make sure you have one decimal in your answer. And if you have a one-line calculator, this is what I want you to do. Calculate the bottom first. Once you've got that, then do the division. 14 divided by 0.4663. You should get the same answer as a 2-line calculator. Now I've done one example. For the second example, I want you to pause the video. I want to see how far you can get on your own. So pause the video now. Try this out. Okay, so hopefully you got at least halfway on this question. Again, we always want to start with labeling the sides. Opposite is across, adjacent is between our 2 angles. Start with the formula. And once you substitute the numbers, you should have tan 61 is opposite divided by 9 centimeters. Now, the unknown's on top, which is what we want. We're going to move this across by doing the opposite. And you should get this answer, 16.2 centimeters. Always have one decimal, and don't forget the units.